threat posed by Islamist militias on women has gone far beyond imposed dress codes. Women who have a public profile are systematically threatened and have become targets for assassination. Dr. Naji Al-Ali, Institute of Arab and Islamic Studies, University of Exeter.
Welcome back to Inside Iraq. Today we are discussing the conditions of women in Iraq after 2003 with Haifa Zangana from London. She is an Iraqi author and journalist, and with the Iraqi Minister of Environment, Nermeen Uthman. Haifa Zangana, before the break I asked you the following question. People find it almost inevitable to compare Iraqi women's conditions now vis-a-vis the old regime. How do you look at it?
Well, I would like to quote what an Iraqi doctor told me, a female doctor, and she said, today is worse than yesterday, yesterday is worse than the day before. You see, under the previous regime, the oppression was one-sided almost. It was the state oppression, so you knew how to deal with it. Nowadays, you have it from every single angle. Side, you get it in Iraq, from the militias, above all, from the occupying forces, what's called the multinational forces, plus the security firms, plus the mercenaries, and both and all of them enjoy immunity from Iraqi law. So this is the source of the biggest, really, crimes against Iraqi women. When you are not enjoying your freedom and you can be killed easily without being questioned, the killer can get away with your killing without being questioned.
Is that a result of the chaos? Is that by design or by default as a condition unravels in Iraq?
Well, I mean, when you occupy a country, you should know definitely a lot of planning went into occupying Iraq, and a lot of there should have been avoided altogether. But also, it's the nature of the occupation. Any occupation is not there.
Let me get a comment from Nermeen about
to protect people.
Nermeen, the occupation revealed an anti-women sentiment, and they have become an unfortunate casualty of the war.
Yeah, I can answer also Ms. Haifa only looking at the situation only in one angle. It's occupation. If she can widely looking at the situation in the women and scientifically the women's situation in Iraq, maybe there is killing, maybe there is wearing scarf or any kind of things that, but we have still we get many other rights. We have now voice. If we have freedom, if I have no freedom, so I cannot speak on television. Sometime against even the government. I'm in the government. I'm speaking on the government. In government, there is freedom. There is hundreds of free media that's speaking loudly.
That's a very valid point and a very strong one. Let me see if Haifa can comment on that.
I mean, this is there is no doubt that we all really look for freedom of opinion and will be capable of talking on television. But how can we really recount and be who is accounted for the killing of over 1 million Iraqis who been deprived of their lives? Never mind, there shouldn't be any contradiction between the right of living and living with security without corruption and the freedom of talk and press. There should not be
numbers. We didn't know. It's exaggerating numbers.
Well, I think even one person being killed is not justified.
Let's listen to Nermeen.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I am with you.
Still, even one the killing of one child is a crime.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Crime is crime. Yeah, even one person being killed is a crime. I'm saying that we could get some good side, positive side, like now we have voice in the parliament, even if not all the voices as a women, but we have voice. Now we are discussing on our laws, statute laws. We are going.
Let me run this by you, Nermeen, and let's see if you agree with this or not. Right now, the real power in Iraq is pretty much dominated by the United Iraqi Alliance, Hizb al-Da'wa, represented by al-Maliki, as well as the Askiri, or the former Askiri, Abdul Aziz al-Hakim. They're people you know, since they have a religious background, they are in key positions. They are almost pretty much everywhere. And because they are known as religious parties, somehow people look at them and they say, perhaps our bosses, this is what they want. So they are whipping this Islamic sentiment in Iraq.
I can.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You know that I'm against to change any kind of statute law. Maybe we try to change it into the better, because I'm belong to the party, a liberal party. I'm thinking a liberal, so religious or tribe or any kind of against women rights, I'm against. But it's like the difference between ideological. Before 2003, there's no difference between ideological. Now we are discussing loudly on TV. Like before some weeks ago, in front of the TV, I discussed on article or on the law 409,
can we just highlight
which is,
the reality? I mean, discussing things on TV. I can see Al-Maliki every day on TV promising investigation into crimes. I can see you also talking about we are changing this item in the constitution or another. Meanwhile, the priorities of Iraqi women are totally different. You are divorced from the reality. You are talking about a facade.
Miss Haifa,
that's what it is.
Miss Haifa, there's all the priority. Everything is priority. We are speaking on health, we are on education, we have many widows, we are speaking on widows, we are speaking on
But are they part of the
because if
of the
we have
power?
no good law, we cannot have right. Yeah.
Are women part of the decision making? Are they in the real centers of power? Can they wield power, or basically they are in your case
very limited? Still very limited. Still
I
very
don't
limited.
agree.
Still,
even
but
this really, the limitation itself, even when you say limited, I can see women, and I really, I challenge those women who are in the parliament, and they constitute a large percentage. Sometimes it is even more than the women in the British and American parliament. And what they do is they don't only follow the line of their political party, sectarian and ethnic political party, but also they justify everything wrong happening to women or children, like when the scandal of Dar al-Hanan for the handicapped kids, there was a statement by the Committee of Women and Family and Children to justify by what's happening to those native
Haifa, let me stop you for just a second, if you don't mind, and let me stop also Nermeen. Nermeen, let me just put you a direct question. This is the final question. For 80 years, Iraq has been a secular. You as Iraqis, you know very well, Iraqis, they love to go out, they drink, some of them they gamble.
Yes, sure.
Women, they wear Western clothing, they partied all over the place. My question to you, how come suddenly Iraq has become religious, or everybody pretending that they have found God?
It's, Mr. Jassim, it's not only Iraq, it's all the area. It's, if you can see now in everywhere, in Egypt, in Syria, it's religious in the area is affected now. And because of that, and because the policy is going in this direction.
That is a very good explanation. Let me get a final quick answer from Haifa. Close the program for me, Haifa, in 30 seconds.
Well, I think it's a lot of money went into this kind of the agenda, the implication of it. It was useful, and it's not religious. It's not Islam. It's sectarian in the case of Iraq. In many other countries, in the Arab countries, neighboring, it is religious maybe, but in Iraq it's sectarian, and it's being invested with a huge amount of money plus corruption.
Haifa Zangana, Iraqi journalist and author. Nermeen Uthman, Iraqi Minister of Environment. Ladies, thank you for being guests on Inside Iraq.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome.
To access the show and to send us your comments, please go to aljazeera.net/English. That's all the time we have for this week. Join me next week when we take another look inside Iraq. Until then, goodbye.